option, and it won by like, it had 50% of the votes, and everything else had like 16. Anyways, whatever. My background's messy. I'm really sorry. It's mental illness, love. We're gonna leave it at that. Let's just jump into the facts. I don't have sources because I'm my only source. Actually, my twin helped me. They sent me some stuff, which was cool. Because I was just like, what's cool things about me? And they were like, I don't know. So it took us like 2 days to put these together, and they're not even great. But it's just like, once you start thinking about yourself, it's so hard. And I've lived, I mean, a pretty mediocre life up until this point. But I found 50 things about me. I typed them all up, so let's just get started. Okay. Fact number 1. I'm 24 years old. My birthday is May 5th. I guess I've already thought of another fact I didn't write down. My twin and I were actually born a month premature, and we had to have a cesarean, and we like stayed in the hospital for like a month, and we were like the teeniest people ever. Like teeny tiny little people. We're still tiny teeny little people, but yeah, okay. Number 2. I have one brother, a twin, 2 sisters, 2 stepsisters, and 2 stepbrothers. In total, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 8 siblings. Yeah. 4 of them are my biological siblings. And then the other 4 I just have gathered along the way when my parents got remarried. Number 3. I am terrified of escalators. I absolutely hate watching people walk up them or go the wrong way. It's just like the stairs are moving, and you can't get caught in them. So that's all I'm saying, is escalators are absolutely terrifying. And I actually have to take an escalator every day to get up from the parking lot into my job, to take the escalator every single day. Anyway, number 4, I lost a spelling bee in elementary school due to the word bagel. I put L-E instead of E-L. I was like 8, in fairness, and yeah, uses in a surprising amount of things. Like, they use it as a, like, binding agent for things to stick, like, in chips and stuff. So you actually have to be really careful with things like that. It's not just, like, milk, you know? And it's like, you know, like, people are like, oh, like, you can't have whipped cream or Cool Whip. And I'm like, Cool Whip is oil. Like, I can eat Cool Whip. Like, I can eat it by the tub, and I would only get sick because I ate so much Cool Whip, not because of the milk in it. Like coffee creamers and oil product and stuff like that. So you just have to actually, like, be careful. That's my tips. Number eight. I once met Rich the Kid at the Victoria's Secret I work at, and I had absolutely no idea who he was, until he left, and my coworker was like, because I was working at cash, so I, like, you know, rang him through. I think he was with, like, a girlfriend, or I don't know, he's with a woman. I don't really know. I don't really know much about him. But yeah, I did meet him. He was pretty cool, like, super nice. I don't know. It was like a normal interaction with a customer. He did pay with a credit card. It was just like its own credit, and I was like, for sure, man. I've also met Real Pink Sparkles, like, from YouTube a bunch of times. She comes into the store I work at all the time, but she literally lives in the same city as me. So it's, like, not that abnormal, but I have met her a bunch of times. Anyway, number 9. I was at the Eiffel Tower when there was a bomb threat. I've told you guys this before, but, like, number 10. 16. Let's move on. Number 16. Number 16. Number 16. Number 16. I once got the second closest guess in a penny guessing competition. I was in the first grade, so I'm pretty sure it was a fluke, but it was one of my greatest achievements in life. Number 17. I don't know if I pronounced this correctly, but I have aphantasia, which means I lack the ability to picture things in my head. I explosive, so there was like a cycle still occurring. But yeah, I researched it and researched it and researched it. I researched how to get back together with your ex. I do not recommend doing that. You can research it all you want and it will work. I just don't recommend actually putting it into action. The same thing with like my social anxiety. I did a lot of research as to, okay, why am I socially anxious, like all of these things. So for me to feel better about all things, I just need to understand them, I guess is the point of this fact. Number 34. I'm very much so a leader. Despite never wanting to admit it, I like to be in charge and I like to like help people accomplish the end goal. I never knew this about myself really until I was an adult. Like as a teenager, I was definitely okay with just like being in the background and not taking charge. But I in fact like to be the leader and like to like tell people what to do. I think I'm good at it. I like could be wrong though, you know. But yeah, number 35. I used to be addicted to Tetris, and I don't let myself play it anymore. Number 36. I need multiple blankets on my bed to sleep. A sheet and a quilt aren't gonna do it for me. I sleep in a mountain of warmth. That's it. That's all I got for that one. Number 37. My one sister once kicked a frozen soccer ball at my nose when I was in like the third grade, and she broke a blood vessel in my nose, and I had nosebleeds on and off for what felt like months, but I'm sure it was only a couple weeks. And I remember going back to school because it happened on the weekend. I remember going back to school, and I had already come to custom to the, Sunday had occurred. It was Monday, and I was already accustomed to my nose randomly gushing blood. But it just, my nose started bleeding, like, and it would bleed, like, for, like, a long period of time, like, gushing out. So, yeah, I was, like, sitting there doing my work in class, and my nose just started gushing everywhere. And my teacher, he was like, you okay? Like, you good? Like, what happened there? And I was like, no, I'm cool, like, just broke the blood vessel in my nose. But it felt like it would just be like random. Like I remember I was like getting a juice box from the closet and I bent over to pick it up, and then when I stood back up it was it got to the point where my mom wasn't even mad anymore that I was getting blood all over the house. So number 38. I wanted to be a baker or a writer when I was growing up. first car was a 1992 Jeep Grand Cherokee. It was red. It was 20 years old when I started driving it as a teenager. And I unfortunately crashed it into an old man who blew a stop sign in the winter when it was minus 30 or 46. I don't do podcasts. I simply just get distracted and stop listening. I've tried. I can't pay attention. I want to be a podcast person. I just can't. And you might think to yourself, music. Are you a music person? I love music. I listen to music all the time. But it catches my attention. Like, I'm like, yes, I love this song. This is great. Podcasts, not so much. I don't know. Doesn't draw me in. I'm just not a podcast person. Maybe I haven't found my right podcast. I tried watching or listening to like the RuPaul one, the ones for sleeping, like all these things, and they're boring. I don't know. Number 47. I'm more of a morning person than a night person. I like to wake up and just like be productive and get things done, and then take the evening and night to relax and be lazy. So yeah. Number 48. I will randomly get very attached to a movie. Certain movies. There's like absolutely zero correlation between the movies I've become obsessed with. There's just like my comfort movie, and I will just rewatch them and 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 rewatch them within a few weeks, like multiple times, like every day, sometimes twice a day. Like, it's weird, but I'll go through like really long periods of times where like I don't have a movie that I'm like doing that with, and then I'll like watch a new movie, and then that movie will be it. So for example, movies that this has happened to me throughout my lifetime has been Spice World. This is the original one, I believe. Potentially The Prince of Egypt when I was very small. I really liked that movie. And then we had Prince Caspian, like the Chronicles of Narnia, Prince Caspian. Don't know why, don't ask me. LOL. And the most recent one has been To All the Boys I've Loved Before, whatever it is. And then, oh no, actually the most recent one was the Titanic. It was To All the Boys, and then it was the Titanic, and then it's To All the Boys again. I don't know why I like that movie so much. I think Peter Kavinsky is kind of like a tool, but I think I like Laura Jean. I don't even care about her love life. Like, I just like love her. So yeah. Let me know if like you have similar comfort things as well. 49. My favorite font is Georgia. My twin told me about it, and I just believed them, and now I use it whenever I need a font. It's a really pretty font. Definitely top tier compared to Comic Sans or Times New Roman. So if you're looking for a font, check out Georgia. And last but not least, I can bat left-handed and right-handed in baseball, slippage, softball, whatever you want to call it. Okay guys, so that's all my facts about me. I hope you enjoyed. I hope they weren't boring and that they were kind of interesting.